Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials.
Are you new here?
Yes, I am.
Is this your first year in college?
I actually transferred here from another school.
Which school?
I transferred from PCC.
How do you like it here compared to PCC?
I love it here.
Do you like it better here or at PCC?
Don't get me wrong. I like it here, but PCC is better.
So, why did you leave PCC?
Because I got my AA and now I am going towards my bachelor degree.
Have you figured out where you want to transfer to?
I can't think of where to go.
Where would you like to go to school?
I really don't know.
You can't think of anything?
I really like where I'm at now.
So, why don't you just stay here?
That may be what I'm going to do.
It's a perfectly good school.
You're absolutely right.
Do you know what you're going to do now?
I'm just going to stay at PCC.
Hi. My name is Lean, and I'm from Russia.
Nice to meet you, Elvan. My name is alike. I'm from Japan.
To me, English is a difficult language.
A second language is always difficult.
True, but English is harder than most. It's a crazy language.
A crazy language? Why do you say that?
One letter can have several pronunciations and one word can have several meanings.
No wonder you say English is a crazy language.
My German teacher thought it would be a good idea to have German pen friends to write to in German.
What a great idea! Now you have a friendly audience to practice with.
The only thing is that my pen friend will be writing in English.
Oh, he wants to practice his language skills, too.
That's right. And it's AB that I'll be writing to. Her name is Olga.
Maybe Olga can introduce you to some of her friends who can write to you in German and you can do the same for her with your friends to write her in English.
That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that?
I don't know, but you know how to surround yourself with great friends.
Are you an American?
Yeah.
Why don't you speak English?
Oh, my mother is a German, so I can speak German.
Oh, do you like Chinese?
Yeah. I'm eager to learn Chinese, but it is too difficult for me.
I want to study German. Can we exchange lessons?
Very good. I'd like to do that.
When will we begin?
How about tomorrow night?
That's all right. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
No, not at all. Go ahead.
What do you do in order to improve your English?
I go to movies. I go to lectures. I listen to the radio. I do lots of things. Most importantly, I practice every chance I get.
It's a good idea to have a radio, isn't it?
Sure. It's like understanding on the telephone. You can't see the speaker. It's great for improving listening comprehension.
It takes a long time to learn a language, doesn't it?
It certainly does. But if you practice speaking every spare minute and learn useful sentences every day, you can make big progress.
I used to think that Americans had so much money they didn't know what to do with it.
You did?
Yes. But now I've learned differently. Now I have a more realistic opinion.
What do you think now?
There are lots of jobs, and almost everybody works. There is a high standard of living. People earn a lot, but they spend a lot to live. So there isn't so much money after all.
But I still say Americans spend a lot more money on useless things than we Chinese do.
That's true. But Americans work hard for their money like we do. I don't know why our spending habits are so different.
Are you okay, Chuck? You look pale.
I'm fine, Catherine. I just stayed up late last night working on my Chinese.
Oh, poor you. You know what? I found a new way to learn Chinese and it works very well.
You did? Do tell me. I've spent all these months trying to learn something new about it, but I've made little progress.
Sure. I'm learning Chinese through songs.
So you're learning Chinese songs?
You can say that. I can actually sing some of them now.
That's a real achievement. How did you do that?
I start by listening to the song a few times and after several times I am able to follow the singer.
It makes sense.
It does. I've learned some Chinese folk songs this way. They are clearly presented and easy to follow.
Can join you, Catherine? I do want to have a try.
Why not? I downloaded a beautiful song the other day. We can learn it together now.
Great. Do you think we need a Chinese dictionary?
Yes, just in case we run into new characters.
Okay, I will bring it with me. There's a letter here for you.
Let me see it.
What's the letter about?
It's a letter from NYU.
Tell me what it says.
I didn't get in.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Are you upset?
I had high hopes for NYU.
I'm sorry you didn't get accepted.
Hopefully, I'll get accepted to UCLA.
You're new here, right?
Yes, I am.
Will this be your first year?
No, I transferred here.
What school did you come from?
I transferred from PCC.
Why'd you transfer here?
I wanted to attend this school originally, but my grades out of high school weren't good enough.
Is PCC a good school?
PCC is great.
I hope you enjoy it here.
Thank you very much.
Are you studying any languages here?
Yes, I'm studying in the Foreign Languages department.
What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in English.
Is it difficult to learn?
Yes, the language is hard to learn, but it's interesting.
Do you know anything about Britain and America?
I'm reading a lot of books about the two countries. I like the culture.
Right. It's important to learn the culture of a nation if you want to learn the language well.
You're right.
You got a letter in the mail.
Give it to me.
What is it?
It's from NYU.
What does it say?
I didn't get accepted.
You can't be serious.
I'm serious.
Are you all right?
NYU was my first choice.
I'm sorry that you didn't get in.
I'll just have to wait for UCLA.
What do you think is harder, reading or writing?
Well, they're completely different. Reading is passive, and writing is active.
I don't think I understand what you mean. Could you explain a little more?
In reading, you need to recognize language by seeing the words on the page and knowing what they are. In writing, you have to produce language. You have to create your own words on a blank page.
Oh, now I see what you mean. When you're reading, you are just looking, but when you are writing, you are actually doing something.
A reading knowledge of a language is larger and different from a writing knowledge. Don't you think so?
I think I see what you mean. I can read Shakespeare, but I definitely can't write it.
Exactly.
So I have another question for you. What do you think is harder, speaking or understanding?
They're both harder than reading or writing.
In what way?
Because they are direct communication with another person, and there's a time limit. This time limit is the most serious problem for foreigners, even for those who know lots of English.
You are making me feel really discouraged.
I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm trying to help you. You have to live with these difficulties. Isn't it better to know about them? The more you know about what you have to face, the better you'll do. I promise.
What were you and Richard talking about earlier? It looked intense.
Yeah, Richard said something to me that I didn't appreciate.
Oh, no, I know how insensitive he can be. What has he done now?
He asked me how long it took me to learn English.
But, you were born and raised in California.
Yeah, but I get that sometimes. It doesn't matter how many generations my family has lived in the U.S., we'll always be foreigners in their eyes.
What a racist. How can you stand working with the guy?
You know, Richard isn't such a bad guy. He made the comment out of ignorance, not malice.
So, what did you say when he asked you how long it took you to learn English?
I told him 28 years. And, he knows I'm 28 years old since I just celebrated my birthday last week. He was puzzled for a minute, and then he got it.
Are you sure he really got the message?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure since I then asked him how long it took him to learn English.
That's hilarious. What did he say?
He said, 36 years, and we both laughed about it. He apologized and now, it's all good.
I'm glad. I bet he won't make that mistake again. Are you new here?
This is my first day here.
Are you a freshman in college?
I started school somewhere else.
What school did you transfer from?
I started at PCC.
What made you transfer?
My grades weren't good enough to go here.
Did you like PCC?
I loved PCC.
Good luck here.
I'm excited to be here.
How are your Chinese lessons going?
Oh, I'm learning very slowly. I think Chinese is more difficult than English.
Well, I guess you have fewer characters, but I think Chinese grammar is easier.
Maybe, but I think people usually learn English more quickly than Chinese.
Yes, I guess basic speaking in the English is easier.
Maybe that's why your English is much better than my Chinese.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.